So Saker has sent me this little 4-inch battery powered chainsaw trimmer. They sent it to me to do a review on, and so I just got up here to the cabin last night and noticed we had a couple of trees down. So I had this cedar tree in a windstorm fall from the neighbor's property across the fence. So I went ahead and cut that down, just using my regular chainsaw so that I can have this on the ground. But I do have to limb this up before cutting it up. So figured this is a perfect opportunity to try some different size branches, kind of modeling pruning a regular tree standing up. Again, this just fell, so it's pretty green wood. Also have a small pine tree that fell down, and so we'll be cutting on both of those. So we're going to put it through its paces, see how it does. Do various size branches, see how it goes. In the box came of course the motor itself. The chain was already attached to it. It comes with a little wrench to loosen the nut, similar to a full-size chainsaw where you can take this off and have access to the sprocket there. There is no bar oil reservoir or anything. It does come with this little tube of oil that they say just oil the chain itself. So I made sure that it comes around this metal part, but also got some on the tips of the cutting. I don't know how well that's going to do with keeping it kind of cool through the cuts. We'll see how it goes. It does come with one 20-volt battery and a little charger. Plugged it in last night. It took about 3 hours to fully charge, and so it's ready to go this morning. Also, it comes with a screwdriver. If you loosen this nut on this side, there's a little access port for tensioning the chain. So I'm sure, just like regular chainsaw, when you get a new one, as you use it, this will get a little looser. So I'll keep an eye on that. And if it starts to become loose, then I'll just loosen that nut, put the little screwdriver in, get the tension back tight on that. You don't want to have it so tight where you can't have any flex, but you don't want it coming off the track there. It does have a little hand guard trigger, but there is a safety feature here. You have to push this button in to pull the trigger. So if you're left-handed, it is possible, but it's a little tricky. Your pad of your finger has to make sure to push that button in before you can pull the trigger. So it's doable, but it definitely is would be better if they had a button on each side for people who were left-handed and had a hard time using their right. But if you can use your right hand okay, even if you're left-handed, there shouldn't be any issue. Your thumb just naturally fits right in there. And then this little plastic guard helps protect your hand as you're going in the branches and everything. So let's put it through its paces, see how it does. Just like a regular chainsaw, you want to try to get up against these grips so that it's not bouncing on you. And so if you can get the limb as close to this little V shape right there, the better. The chain, I notice a little bit of loosening up so far, but not so bad where it's going to fall off. So I'll keep that in, keep watching that. All right, so this is the one that it's a little thicker. Since this tree's laying down, my tension's actually the opposite. So I'm going to undercut from this side and then cut down from the top to kind of model what it would do this way if the tree was actually standing. So I'm going to do left-handed here. Okay, so I got a nice little undercut to it. Try to line that up. So definitely enough power to get through you know, decent sized branch. Definitely does the 4-inch for sure. Let me get this a clean cut here. So as you can see, you know, it's a pretty decent size, probably 6 inches in diameter there. But if you're able to go from different sizes, definitely able to cut through. Nice power, but you could definitely see when it stalls when you're getting it at bad angles. So just make sure you keep it straight, and it's a nice little saw so far. So I'm going to keep limbing these up and see how long the battery lasts. So as you can see, I mean, if you've done any chainsaw before, the bigger these cutouts are from the saw, usually give a good sign how sharp it is. So even going through most of the tree so far, still holding up some nice sharpness to the blade. Don't really feel any the heat too much, so hopefully it'll keep staying sharp. The sap kind of sticks there to the blade, so you might have to wipe it off if you're cutting through some pretty sappy wood. Definitely getting to the point where it's getting close to being able to come off. So I'm going to go ahead and pause really quick and retighten the blade. Alright, so 4-inch little mini chainsaw from Sakers held up really well so far. Pretty excited about the power it has. I'm able to easily go through all the branches here on this down cedar, able to pile them up. I'll cut some of this up, have a little fire tonight because it's going to be cold here at the cabin, and so I'm going to go ahead and head over and do the pine tree next and see if the battery holds up through at least 2 trees. All right, well, that's the end of the battery. I'm gonna go ahead and recharge it. I was able to actually delimb an entire pine tree and an entire cedar tree, actually start breaking up some of the branches so we could put in the pile. Just kind of my initial feedback. It's actually pretty powerful for a small unit. It's very lightweight. If you've ever delimbed a tree before holding the big chainsaw, you know, it can be taxing over time. So this is really creates really nice work to be able to delimb it, kind of less fatigue on your arms, and then you can grab the chainsaw and cut up the rest of the tree to be able to split it. So actually really like the product. definitely will be using it. I'll also be doing some other tests on, you know, some pruning just around like household items. But you know, if you have a cabin or a place that has trees that you have to take down, well, it actually works really well for delimbing it. So if you had 2 batteries, you can kind of cycle through and be able to kind of do quite a bit of work with it. So actually really like the product so far, and I'll keep a little link going in the chat on my feedback on how long it keeps lasting. So check down in the comments, and I'll keep updating that over time.